Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hopefully everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching the video from, inside or outside of the United States. I always love to know. Today's video is a story about one of the times that I trip-sitted two friends that were tripping on mushrooms, one of them for the first time, and it ended horribly. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank today's video sponsor. Thank you for Very Heal for sponsoring this video. Very Heal is a company that can help you get your medical marijuana card online without ever having to go into a doctor's office. I personally have my medical marijuana card, and I gotta say there are so many benefits to having one. And the ability to just go online and get it is so much easier than actually having to go into the doctor's office and all that. Who likes going to the doctor's office? I definitely don't. Very Heal is risk-free, so if you don't get the card, you don't get approved, you get all your money back with a guarantee. They've helped over 1 million patients get the medical marijuana card with a 99% success rate. Some of the benefits I personally like about having a medical card is number one, at least in my state, it kind of goes from state to state, so you'll have to look up what the laws are in your current state. But in my state, I don't have to pay any tax on medical marijuana, so when I make an order online, whatever the price is, that's the price out the door. That saves me a ton of money. And my dispensary even has reward points, so every time I go back, when I get to the checkout line, they're just like, oh, you've got $40 in reward points, do you want to use them? Hell yeah, I do. A few more benefits of having a medical card is sometimes dispensaries, even recreational dispensaries, have like a medical only section or like a medical only line, which from state to state offers like a separate medical menu that sometimes have higher quality products. Some dispensaries even have like a system where you actually get into the dispensary quicker because there's like a medical only line that kind of goes a little bit quicker. And also from state to state, having a medical card allows you to obtain and possess more, like a higher limit than just recreational users. And in some states, like the one I live in, it actually gives you the ability to grow legally. I think I can grow up to 6 plants legally with a medical card. Overall, if you smoke on a regular basis, I definitely recommend getting your medical marijuana card. Check out Very Heal, first link in the description and in the pinned comment below. I'll see if I can get a promo code to maybe get you guys some discount. I looked over on the pricing on the website and it's like half of what I paid to get my medical card. So I'm excited to bring this to you guys. For anybody that's interested, check the link in the description, and thank you Very Heal for sponsoring a portion of this video. So this took place shortly after, I think the 3rd time that I tripped on mushrooms, and I had a good experience, but towards the end of it, I started to have like really bad stomach pain. Pretty much everybody in the group had pretty, we just felt like shit, to be honest with you. Like the trip was pretty good, but as soon as we got back to my buddy's house towards the end of the trip, everybody was just like holding their stomach like, oh man, this sucks. So I kind of got put off from mushrooms from that day on, but I had 2 friends that bought some that really wanted to trip. One of them never tripped on shrooms before, so he was like ultra excited, hearing all sorts of stuff from stories from us tripping on shrooms and acid, and he really wanted to try this, and I just so happened to be there, and I was like, nah, you guys are good, I'll just chill here and watch you trip and laugh. And I remember as they're dividing the shrooms into 2 different peanut butter sandwiches, I remember talking to my friend like, dude, aren't you like really sick right now? Like, you sure this is a good time to trip for your first time? He just had this like nasty respiratory infection and he was on antibiotics. Not to foreshadow anything that's happening later in the story, but I don't think that antibiotics and shrooms mix well. I remember bringing that up to him and he's like, nah, I don't fucking care, dude, it'll be fine. So I didn't really think anything of it. It was his decision. He wanted to trip. I thought it was going to be a fun night of watching these 2 trip balls and just laugh at them. And also try to keep them down to earth. Well, one of the people there, he could have taken a whole ounce of mushrooms and he would have been fine. But I was just more focused on keeping the dude who was doing it for the first time chill and having a good time. But he also wasn't some like inexperienced person too. Like we used to smoke hella bud, but you never know. Like your first psychedelic experience is very intense, absolutely very intense. So they ate one of the folded pieces of bread, peanut butter sandwiches with the little mushrooms in there. So then we ventured off into the night. It was probably like 7 o'clock at night when we started this. We would always trip like right when the sun went down and it started to get dark. I don't know why that was a theme. I've never actually tripped on anything in the daytime. It's always been at night. And near my buddy's house was this bike path that connected to like all the way to this lake. That was our favorite spot to trip at because It would be super chill. You'd walk down the bike path, all the trees hanging over, looking all mystical and shimmering in the moonlight. And then you'd eventually get to this lake, and you could sit on the bench and just look out over the lake. And when it was a clear night, you could see the stars really well above the lake. It just made for an absolute great time. So we ventured on down the bike path. About maybe 30 minutes in, they get a little giggly, dude. I'm like, oh shit, you feeling it, man? I remember throughout the trip that both of them like smoked through their entire pack of cigarettes, and then I was like bumming out cigarettes to them. I was trying to be as nice as possible. I was trying to keep the person who was doing it for the first time, like their vibes as good as possible. I used to be Mr. Altoid, man. I always keep a tin of red Altoids on me, handed them out. I remember we were sitting at the bench at the lake. They were just looking out at the lake, tripping out a little bit. This is probably like an hour in or something, maybe an hour and a half. They're having the most hilarious conversations. I'm on my phone listening to trippy Kid Cudi songs. If you're ever tripping on anything, play Trapped on My Mind by Kid Cudi. It'll just 10x the experience. So we sat there for maybe close to an hour, dude. Just had fun conversations, smoked cigs. They were smoking weed. I was actually on probation at this point, so I couldn't smoke weed. I was sober as hell the whole night. This was around the time where I'd actually do psychedelics because I was on probation. I couldn't smoke, and that was like one of the only things that wouldn't show up on the drug test. So we're getting about maybe 60%, maybe 65% through the trip, and we start to venture back. We're walking down the bike path. I think they got a little spooked out about maybe animals looking at us in the woods and stuff. It started to get a little bit dark. Like, my good friend that I was with, he could trip on anything and be completely fine. He's never really going to freak out. And if he does, it's like in his head and he won't even tell anybody. He'll just be sitting there freaking out. But this was nothing to him. I think they split an eighth or something, so it wasn't anything insane. But my friend who was doing it for the first time, I remember he had his longboard and he was just kind of cruising by himself. Cruising along, like not going fast or anything. He was staying at the speed that we were walking at, but I just remember him like just dead center looking forward, spacing out. And I'm like, hey dude, are you okay? And he looks back and he's like, yeah, I'm fine, man, I'm fine. But I could tell just by the tone of voice. We could barely see each other, it was so dark, but I could just tell by the tone of his voice that he was just in a thought loop or just thinking about something way too hard. So I just kept trying to talk to him, try to get him out of that negative mindset, but nothing was really working. Like, he was just kind of like staring forward. He kind of did this when he'd sober too. I think he even said like he had selective hearing or something. He'd be sitting there like playing RuneScape on the computer and you'd be talking to him, and like 30 seconds into the conversation he'd look over like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you saying? It was like that times 5, man. I was trying so hard to just have a simple conversation with him, get him out of that like negative trip, try to get him out of the bad trip and stuff, and he's just like kind of locked forward, just rolling on his skateboard. We finally get back towards my buddy's house, and to get off of the bike path, it's kind of like a sidewalk down, and there's this one lantern. I've mentioned the lantern. Is it a lantern? I think it's like a street lamp or something. It's just kind of, all right, what else would a lamp do? I'm about to say it illuminates the fucking road. Dude, it's a fucking street lamp, like Harry Potter mode, all right? Listen. So as soon as we got to this lantern, Hagrid comes down from the sky. As soon as we get towards the bike path and where it leads off to the other sidewalk where the lantern is, dude, the street light. And I've mentioned this in a previous trip story because it is outrageously bright. And when you're tripping on anything, as soon as you come to where the bike path meets the sidewalk, it looks like it's the sun, dude. It's fucking so bright. We got to that and he stops on his skateboard and he's just staring at the light. Like he's seeing something else in the light or something. He's just staring in the light, looking over to his other tripping friend like, dude, do you see that? Do you see it waving and stuff? And I'm like, I'm sitting there laughing. If I remember correctly, when I was looking at it tripping on acid, it had like a bunch of like halos around it, and it was just really fucking crazy. Obviously they were on shrooms, which is a completely different thing, but I remember they were both so fascinated by it, we had to stop and smoke a cig there, a little smoke break. The whole time the dude's just smoking the cigarette, just looking at the light, dude. So here's where things start to go bad. From this spot to my buddy's house was maybe like a 5-minute walk, and the dude tripping super hard was on a longboard, so he kind of like skated ahead of us and made it there first. And he was just sitting on the front steps as we got there, and he was just like this. Just like, had this like look of despair, look of sadness, like a lost puppy. We walk up to him like, dude, are you okay? What's going on? And he's just like, yeah, no, I'm fine, dude, I'm fine. In the most non-confident way. We sat out there for maybe 20 minutes, smoked another cigarette. There's something about psychedelics and cigarettes, man. There's two things you see. This is what I used to say. There's two things you see when you're tripping, smoking cigs. Lighting it and the end of it. That's the only two things you see. Everything in between is like automatic robot mode. Don't smoke cigs. They're fucking disgusting. I don't judge you if you do, but never start that shit. It's fucking gross, man. And then the dude that was tripping pretty hard asked for some water. We had no water on us. One of the big rookie mistakes, going off tripping in the woods without a water bottle. So my buddy that is really experienced in psychedelics offered to go upstairs. He would be the only one that would be brave enough to go back up in his house when he's tripping on something and like deal with his parents. I would always be so terrified. Even though his parents were chill as fuck about it, I was like, nah, dude, I can't talk to them, man. I'm fucking tripping. I still have the best acid trip of my life story to tell you guys. And this happened at the same house, and I can't wait to make that video, dude. Leave a like on the video if you guys are excited for that. So I'm just chilling outside with the dude who's tripping way too hard, just trying to talk to him, and it's like he's coming back to earth, dude. Now that he's like at his house, on his front porch, smoking a cig, relaxed. He's about to get his glass of water that he so desperately needs. I think the conversation even moved over to some laughs. We're having a good time. My duty as a trip sitter is being successful for the very first time. Actually, there was two other times, but one of the times was another time that I was tripping on acid with my friend, and I took the acid too. So I don't know if that would be considered trip sitting. Okay, that definitely. I don't know, but it was horrible. That was the worst acid trip of my life story. My buddy finally comes downstairs with the glass of water, hands it to my other friend. He inhales it, dude. He downs that glass of water like he was walking through the Sahara Desert. And maybe 15, 20 seconds later, he gets kind of real spacey again. He's just eyes locked forward. We're trying to talk to him, and he's just tripping out. And at this point, I'm like actually really nervous about him. Just because of like how he's just like looking. I've never tripped with someone and they got like comatose locked forward, like not talking to anybody, just like tripping out, looking forward, locked in. I remember feeling a little bit nervous, like something bad was about to happen, and something actually did. It was crazy, man. He's leaning up against the door frame, like holding the door open with his hands, just like sitting there locked in. We're both just sitting there trying to talk to him, and then out of nowhere, his face starts to get really white. And he's like, he's kind of like wobbling back and forth. We're like, dude, are you okay? And out of nowhere, he just fucking faints, dude. He just drops to the ground. And as he's going down, my buddy that's tripping with him, he like starts to really panic. Because apparently when he fell, I was like maybe 5-10 feet away. My buddy was like right next to this dude. As he fell to the ground, it sounded like he exhaled all of his air, like it was his last breath or something, like he died in a movie. My buddy's like freaking out, like, dude, are you okay? And he's just like, fucking just passed out on the ground. I'm sitting there freaked out. Holy fuck, dude, we gotta have to call an ambulance. My buddy's just shaking him like, dude, wake up. Like 10 seconds later, he emerges. He comes back to life. He's just like, what the fuck happened, bro? He had no recollection of like the last 30 minutes, dude. He was completely out. My heart is racing, dude. I'm sober as hell, bugging out, thinking this dude's about to die or something. I think this might have been the first time I ever saw anybody pass out in front of me. I think there maybe was some like weird kid in health class in middle school that like we were watching sex ed and this dude just passed out. Have you guys ever passed out before? I've never passed out, and it's one of my biggest fears, dude, because it just happens. You don't even know what's happening. You just wake up on the floor like, what the fuck? This dude tripping on mushrooms for the first time, locked in. Maybe he had his knees locked. I always remember my music teacher in elementary school would fucking tell us that, oh, lock your knees for too long, you're gonna pass out. This dude just drops like Mike Tyson knocked him out. So we get him up off the door, like he's in the doorway, and we both help him up the stairs, but he's just like, as he's like getting up the stairs, he's like, guys, I don't need their help. I'm fine. He came back to life. We brought him upstairs, got him some more water, get him a little bit something to eat, and just, he was good from then. Like, I just never seen this happen to anybody on mushrooms. And the only thing, like, me and my other friend were trying to figure it out. We're sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? Like, should we call an ambulance? Like, what's going on? Me and my other friend are just trying to figure it out, like, logically. Like, what the fuck just happened? Do we need to call an ambulance? Is he okay? Like, and then we realized something. He was on antibiotics. And that was the only thing we could, like, logically think that happened. Like, maybe the antibiotics and the shrooms messed with him in a certain way and caused him to faint or something. But I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys to let me know if that's what you think happened, or maybe he just didn't eat anything that day or something. But he's not really. He wasn't really wanting to do that. All right, Both of these friends were fucking, they used to eat so much, dude. So at that point, I just felt like I was a failed trip sitter. Listen, I feel like it was a mission failure. We'll get them next time type of situation. I was trying my damn best. I was trying to keep the vibes positive. Maybe I sent him on that thought loop, dude. Maybe I said something bad. I was trying to figure it out in my head, bro. I was trying to like, why was he locked in? Why was he all freaked out? But I think he was just, maybe his body was just sick because he had a nasty respiratory infection and he was just getting over it on the antibiotics. And those are pretty strong antibiotics, if I'm not mistaken. Like that stuff works, bro. If you ever have pneumonia or something, you take antibiotics, it's gone in 2 days, dude. It's crazy. I know for a fact at one point in my life, I looked up like what drugs not to take with mushrooms. And I know that antibiotics is one of them, dude. I also had a friend recently who did that, made that mistake. And he even tweeted out, he's like, asking for a friend, is mushrooms bad to take with antibiotics? And no one really gave him a straight response, and then he quoted the tweet the next day saying, yes, it was a terrible idea. So maybe that's what happened? I don't know. I don't know if this dude ever did mushrooms again. It might have scared him into never doing it. Honestly, if I fainted when I was tripping, I probably wouldn't want to either. I cannot describe the absolute panic that went through my body when I just saw this dude drop like a GTA 4 character. He went absolutely printer paper white on his face, dude. It looked like all the blood just drained out of his head and he just dropped. I can't imagine how crazy it looked for my friend next to him too, dude. Tripping just as hard as him on mushrooms, seeing him just drop like a fly. The dude who didn't pass out, my other friend, I've never heard him so freaked out. Like, he was like, dude, he just stopped breathing. Like, oh man, it was scary. It was terrifying. Let me know if you have any crazy trip sitting stories in the comments down below. If you've ever seen anybody pass out on psychedelics or just psychedelics. I feel like if you're mixing a bunch of things, drinking, there's more of a chance of that kind of thing. But like just mushrooms is different. I don't know. Maybe the mushrooms were bad. Maybe it was good that I didn't trip this one time. My other buddy was fine though, so I don't know what the hell happened here. If you guys have any idea in the comments, please let me know. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And I also appreciate everybody who's showing support on Patreon. For $1 or $2 a month, you can support the channel and get access to secret unlisted smoking videos. Now over 150 of them. I'll put a list of all the names on screen right now. Huge thank you for the support. It really helps me out a lot. I have a lot of fun making those videos, and I'm very grateful for your support. And also in this video, I want to say huge thank you for all the positive comments. We hit 10K likes on the house tour video. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, I recently bought my first house. The comment section, dude, had me tearing up, dude. Some of you guys are just too nice, man. I am beyond grateful to have such cool people watching my videos. The Lifted Legends, dude. I haven't said that one in a while. For every like on this video, I will ship you a crate of bananas in 3,000 to 5,000 business days, guaranteed. This video took me way too long to record, dude. I took 2 hits of some super lemon haze this morning. I am beyond fried, bro. The wake and bake was already achieved before this video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay high, stay lifted, and stay snazzy.